Everyone can see me and hear me. Everyone can see me and hear me dancing.
Just to update, another word for your meat and potatoes is cock and balls. That's what I learned. So have fun with that little chew on that one.
Chew on that one.
Did you all see little Luke whipping in the last Obi Wan trailer? It's like whipping.
Yeah, I did see that.
That's the whitest thing I'll ever do on this channel, I think.
We should. I know we didn't advertise it, but we should watch that later because it's pretty cool.
Well, I put it in the keywords.
Woo!
Sweet. Ooh, the keywords. Nice.
The old keyword.
Praise be to the keywords. Danny's coming ASAP. Cool. Actual fandom. What up? I have construction noise.
Actual fandom.
Oh, the G-Dog. Oh, Stream Elements. Yo. Okay. That's the last time I make that joke.
I can't see what people are chatting. Is there a reason for that?
Look up on your right side. Do you see a tab that says comments?
Oh, comments. Got it.
Boom.
All right. The real party is in chat. It is indeed in chat. There we go.
It is.
Is it
my dad says hi.
Hi, G. Hi,
If you
Dan.
want to tell anything to us where it's like, hey, my asshole itches and I gotta go do this real quick, then you can put that in private chat, the bottom one.
Or you could just say it and everyone hears it. You could do that too. And then we all know about your asshole.
Someone is contacting me via private chat. Hey, your asshole itches. Did you know that?
Yeah. That's like my dad. Like whenever my dad's saying something embarrassing, like in front of people, like my mom will kick him under the table, and he'll, without failing, he's like, "Why are you kicking me?" Like just highlighting the whole situation.
Your mother loves that.
You can't help.
Was it because of that thing I said?
Right. Like he's one of it's a type of person that can't get a subtle, hey, knock it off. You know, cannot process that silently.
Gotta read that.
Judah, will you introduce our guest? Have you done that already?
Oh yeah. Drums of the. Am I saying it right? Drums of the. Just kidding. This is our buddy Dakota Alexander, also a renowned artist. You can see his stuff on Etsy, Drums of the Serpent. I'm sure the link will make its way into the chat at some point. And all around cool guy, active in our Discord. Lives in. Can I say where you live?
Yeah.
Lives in the land of the rising sun in Japan, and does a lot of really great stuff. I actually have I have 3 Dakota pieces hanging in my my person cave. I have the Silver Surfer. I got Captain Marvel, and then I also have me in my true form. So it's good to have you, man. Nice to see you.
It's great to be here. I was on here last year. In fact, I showed up about 15 minutes late because I woke up, and it was a great time, but I was super unprepared. Didn't even have my contacts in, and so this time around, I was like, "What are we doing?"
Contacts.
I'm glad you didn't forget because I sure didn't. That's all I was thinking about today. Well, about you being late. I've been thinking about for the past year. I was like, let's see if we'll be on time today. No, I was kidding.
He's been seething about it.
Interesting enough, because last year it was 8 p.m. Eastern, so that was 9 a.m. here, and that was during the summer, and now it's 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's actually 11 a.m. here, because the time change. We don't do daylight savings in Japan.
Smart.
It's just straight all the way through.
Smart.
You know.
Yeah, but what about your crops, man?
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna have time to like do something crop related? I think
called
the
an alarm
accepted
clock.
Reason. Yeah. Why is that the reason for daylight savings, or is that like just like an old spouse tale? Like
it used to be, and now it's for corporate reasons because they find that if there's more people are out more in the daytime, they shop more.
Right.
So,
it was also for energy conservation initially, because people were going to be turning on their lights later on, spending less time on energy, and that's when the world was young.
I personally benefit zero amounts from daylight savings. It helps me in zero ways. So glad someone finds it valuable. Yeah. So, got a big show ahead of us today.
Yeah.
This is our first time talking about the Batman, so we're gonna talk about it. And I think Robo, Ree, and I have seen it. I don't think Dakota's seen it, but I also happen to know for a fact that Dakota does not give a fuck about spoilers.
No, I've looked at all the spoilers, and by the way, it's actually opening today, and I would go today, except for the fact that I has the COVID.
Oh,
you have COVID?
Yeah.
Oh,
I put it up in the Discord too. Didn't you see my like sad blog? Like, I've got COVID. Please give me shit to watch.
Oh, that. Yeah.
That
was more than 6 hours ago. So,
all right.
Okay, that's legit. I'll get behind that one. It's like that was way back there.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'll tell you exactly how it is. The first day, I had a headache that started out like, okay, this kind of sucks, but it never went away, and it became actually debilitating. To the point like I couldn't sleep, and it was really, really ugly. And then, and you don't really know what kind of medication you're supposed to be able to take because they like check this shit out.
Do you have Excedrin in
you just have like this fucking bag of stuff that you're supposed to take. So you're not sure if you're supposed to mix anything. But I took some heavy duty painkillers, like 2 of them, and I'm good. So now it's like post nasal drip. So
are you sure you saw a licensed doctor? That bag has me very concerned.
Yeah. Did someone drive by and throw that out the window?
Yeah.
No. I mean, you have to understand, like, it's like...
He has a guy.
And there's this.
Oh, okay.
And there's this. And they all have, there's a sheet, which, like, what do they all do and everything like that. This is how hospitals work in Japan. You don't get the little bottles.
The bottle.
You don't do that.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, right, because you're like, it looks like I got my drug.
What is if there's no bottles, what does the pharmacist do then?
I heard you're sick, bro. I heard you're sick. I got some shit for you if you want. Yeah.
I was totally just like, yo, man, I heard you got the COVID. Like, don't get near me, but
I was under the impression that the sole responsibility of a pharmacist was to take the pills out of the big bottle and put them into all the little bottles. So I'm just wondering, what does the pharmacist even do in Japan?
What is a pharmacist?
I bet you people with graduate pharmacist degrees would appreciate that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a big bottle.
So
they gotta put it in the little bottle. It's a lot of huge responsibility.
I think it's all automated now.
No, it's not.
That's the exact noise too. That's scientifically how it's done.
And if it's in Japan, it's next to the vending machine that sells the girls' panties, right? Because that's how all these
all
things actually
over
work.
Japan, every corner.
Beer vending machines, panty vending machines, and your pharmaceuticals, should you need them.
Yep.
Love that.
What situation, and I hope this isn't too personal, Ree, has there ever been a situation in your life where you passed by you were in a situation where maybe a vending machine that dispensed panties would have been like really useful or practical? Or
okay, well, they're used panties from someone else.
Wait, what?
Not used ones, no. I don't think I ever would have.
Wait, these vending machines sell used panties? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, okay. And by the way, they're to the point where they're almost apocryphal now, so they're not really a thing. But what they did was they had panties that were worn by women, and they'd show you the picture of the woman because it was really her. And you could buy those panties and go to town with whatever your kink is in that particular situation. So
Judah.
I don't want to limit anyone by saying you just sniff them. Maybe you can go somewhere further than that. I don't know.
Can you send me the pin to where some of these are, just so I can avoid those areas? Next I'm just kidding.
If I were to go on Google Maps and do directions from my current location via, can I get there by bike?
Just in time, Danny. Just in time.
Ask him about the panties, Judah. See what his opinion is.
We're just talking about
r/anal. And you get your.
So Dakota,
I've been summoned.
Dakota was kind of explaining to me that like there are vending machines in Japan somewhere that sell panties, and in my head it was like just in case, you know what I mean? Like these are practical panties that were meant to be worn, but no, it runs deeper than that. These are used panties that smell like, what did you say? Like sour cream and onion potato chips or something? I don't know.
Butterscotch, yo. Butterscotch.
Butterscotch. Oh my god.
Did you have to say it like that? Butterscotch.
It's a quote. It's a quote.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie reference.
That just grossed me out so much. I haven't seen the movie. I'm sorry.
I was actually kind of looking up at Robo a little bit, like, you get that right, man.
Somebody get this joke. Somebody get this joke.
Please, somebody get this
sorry.
joke.
Now smell mine.
God.
Oh my god!
What is this?
Shit. It's my ass.
And then he went on to become WCW champion.
WCW champion.
Did he really?
I would like to just address G's nice non-offensive or sexual question about what has been my COVID watch. I have watched so far. I watched Predator 2 because it holds up. It's dumb and it is kind of racist. But
that's the 80s.
It was made in the 80s and came out in 90, but yeah, it's this last the 80s. And then I haven't been watching, I've actually been reading. I read House of X and Powers of X for the first time.
Yes.
And now I'm in the Dawn of X and I'm kind of starting to lose it on there.
No, just hang in there, man, I'm telling you.
New Mutants, we just got up to the part where Beak and his family, Beak's little story arc, and I was like, I'm not touching that shit anymore. That was way too sad for me.
That was.
You don't love.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do not love someone's family getting shot. No, I don't.
That can
Spoilers.
I guess.
But you gotta love Beak.
Yeah.
No, I love Beak. There's nothing wrong with Beak. It's what happens to the guy.
Yeah.
It's not about like him, obviously.
If you do want to read it, I would say read it, like continue. Even
I mean we got through it. It's
okay,
over.
okay.
Like he's on the island now.
Great.
And
okay, good. You know he comes out of it. Okay, good.
Yeah, but his parents don't, and then the twins, like they alter his memory, and then Armor goes through that conflict about whether or not to say
twins,
anything,
man.
But I was just like, I don't deal well with that kind of stuff. I just don't enjoy it.
I'm curious to see what you think about 10 of Swords when you get to that.
Sure, and as it stands, like obviously, House of X, Powers of X was brilliant. It was really great. But then we get to Hickman writing like banter, and I'm like, no, it doesn't hit so much. I'm not a fan of Yu's art as much as I was of Pepe Larraz. Pepe Larraz was just those wonderful sweeping panels and everything. Yeah, right. It's just like
so good. I think I've said it before in my reviews, but I think he's this generation's definitive X-Men artist.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm with you there. Although I don't know why Jean Grey's back in the skirt. What's with that? Okay.
I actually like Lionel Francis Yu as well. Not as much as I like Pepe Larraz, but I still kind of enjoy. Like I
or Rod
definitely
Reed.
enjoy it.
Like Rod Reed.
Rod Reed's good. Rod Reed is bringing back. Sorry, go ahead.
You can put whoever you want writing on the New Mutants book, as long as Rod Reed is drawing it. I'm gonna pick it up.
He's Sienkiewicz's protege for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sienkiewicz.
They're really like the whole X line is so stacked, right? Like just for the past couple of years, so stacked. Like I can't really think of any half-assed work except for I wasn't a huge fan of the way Fallen Angels looked. Oh, what up?
Wait, who's going to be in the chat now?
Wow.
Stop it,
Dane.
But also
Dane.
Shout out Dane, holding it strong in the chat.
Well,
Dane,
I feel
Enzo, and where's the other Dakota? Yep, the other Dakota's there.
Hi, other Dakota.
The other Dakota is making me more tea.
Oh, I'm with that. I brought a thermos so that I can have more tea with me.
I don't think I've ever met a bad Dakota. Oh wait, there was a bad Dakota a long time ago, and we were like shocked that there was a bad Dakota. But I'd say
that's
most
right. Yeah,
Dakotas
we all
are great.
piled on him too. That was great.
Most Dakotas are legit.
It was that was South Dakota. Yeah, see, I can get political.
I give it to you because I love you. Because I mean, it's a legit joke. It's fine.
Dude, I literally just made a joke about like we have East and West Dakota because of the hemispheres.
That's true. Oh, very nice, very nice. Well done there, Buffo.
I'm glad someone appreciated it.
This is a good panel for talking about the Batman because I think everyone here has seen it except Dakota, and we kind of talked about it earlier, but Dakota doesn't care about spoilers, from what I know. And also, I think you're going to weigh in with a strong opinion anyway, so we'll still have a good conversation about it.
Absolutely, still going to see it, and excited to see it actually. Because overall, like it's been very, very positive. I mean, G was just like, "I like this Batman." I'm like, "You don't like Batman, but you like this one." So
that made me very happy.
I think so. I need to get into a movie theater
when
anyways.
I don't like something, I'm always very ready to be wrong because I would rather like the thing.
Yeah.
So prepare to be wrong about Morbius.
Oh, that's right, Morbius. I forgot. That's right.
The other Bat movie.
I don't know. Is there some definitive Morbius thing? Is there like a definitively awesome Morbius thing that I've just never gotten around to reading that I should check out? Because I've never had even an inkling of like interest in Morbius.
Donny Cates.
Like, what am I missing?
Actually, really good.
Really? Is there a Donny Cates Morbius? Oh shit.
Is there?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Robo, don't fuck with me. Vita Ayala did write a Morbius mini. It's just a fun little thing. It's not world changing or anything, but it's just fun Morbius shit.
Are you a fan of Morbius?
I like the character. I think it's interesting. Like the concept of Morbius, especially from the cartoon, that's where I got the most exposure to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like his struggle and like I don't want to kill people, but I mean I kind of have to sometimes. I got to get blood from somewhere.
What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do?
So,
although let's note the cartoon, it's plasma, not blood.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Right.
It says nope. There is no good Morbius run.
Okay, so for someone who wants to get into Morbius, just wait for the movie, I guess. I don't know.
What's the cartoon? What's the '90s cartoon?
Okay. Because I think he looks like a fucking idiot. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, if I find something, I'll throw you guys.
Oh boy. It's the 70s, man. It's like if Luke Cage kept the Power Man look, it would still be like kind of odd, like he never really got an update that worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always that like leotard with like the kind of wings underneath it and the big collar. It's kind of like a photo negative of Iron Fist.
I'm just trying to close my eyes, imagine a character that looks less cool than Morbius, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on that. I'm struggling.
I mean, he's wearing a trench coat.
Yeah. What a giant collar. And a bat face.
A bat face, yeah. Cool. I'm just kidding, by the way. He's not that bad looking, and I'll definitely probably see the movie.
Yeah.
But Batman. Who did anyone not like it? I think it was pretty universally liked.
Agreed.
I think everybody liked it. Robo, what was your favorite thing about the Batman?
Favorite thing about the Batman. I really liked, and I think I start to like it more and more the more I hear other people talk about how much they like it, because what they'll do is they'll go like Ree was like talking a lot about it on Actual Fandom on Monday, where like, oh, and then there was all this, I can't remember all of it. My brain doesn't work right now. Low energy, but I'm here. But whatever she was saying, I was like, oh shit. Oh yeah, that's true. And then I started thinking about stuff. And then I made a tweet the other day. Little tiny things like this. It's like not my favorite part, but this is what I loved about the movie. Robert Pattinson comes out in I wish I had the thing ready, but I think he's finally going to go to something. Oh, the funeral. And I think that's the first time you see Pattinson. Yeah. Fuck propaganda. If you guys want to hear my take on propaganda and Dane disagreeing, go check it out on Beta Boys. But he comes out, he's going to the funeral, and he's like white, like deathly ill white. And I remember thinking like why wouldn't he have gotten a tan or something? Like everybody goes and like gets ready, like makeup department fucking failed him. Like, gee, for like a couple seconds, I'm like, he looks like shit. And then I'm like, that's how he would look. He's asleep all fucking day. And it kind of answers that question, like, how does other Bruce Waynes do anything in the daytime? Like,
right?
That's racist, bro.
All day. You know,
that's terrible. That's racist, bro.
Also,
every scene with Bruce Wayne made me miserable in a good way, because like there's this one part where he's eating breakfast after being up all night, like fighting bad guys or whatever, and he looks like dog shit. Like he looks like fucking dog shit. Like Robo said, he's like pale and he's like barely conscious. And then Alfred's like, "Oh, hey, you got to meet with some fucking business people in a few moments." And like I sincerely felt his pain because like I've had to go to work after being shithoused all night, and I was like, no.
Right before that, it's too bright. He just pulls out the baddest pair of sunglasses.
You're just sad.
Right.
I'm gonna finish my fucking sentence. You're just sad now.
So there's an empathy, a new level of empathy that this can create with the connection that can create with the audience towards what he does, which you probably never, because we never really felt that before. He was essentially his drive and his invincibility to be sort of hindered by that was something that was very consistent with Batman and all of the film incarnations, right?
The way I described
oh shit, this isn't an easy thing to do.
Can't be.
Yeah, the way I described it on actual fandom is like it's year 2 of him being Batman. He's completely, sorry for the construction noise by the way, he's completely lost himself in being Batman, and this movie is like each scene chips away Batman back towards him being Bruce. Like in the beginning he has no interest in being Bruce at all. Like he just purely wants to do Batman shit. We see way more Batman than we see Bruce in this movie. And I agree with Robo too. Like I feel the same way about liking it better after I've ruminated on it and heard other people's takes on it. Like there was a tweet I retweeted today that blew my mind about the first murder weapon being something that Bruce wouldn't recognize because he's rich. It's like a carpet lifter.
Okay.
And I was like, I hadn't put that together.
I'm poor and I had no idea what that was.
Same. I mean, same.
I'm like medium and I didn't know what that was. So
it's kind of like a layered into the, like there's little bits like that where you could interpret it one way or another.
I install carpet for a living. I didn't know what that was.
Maybe it's a boomer thing.
It looks like a really antiquated tool. Like I don't get used anymore.
Yeah. All right.
They clearly weren't used in the application of the carpets in my house.
Yeah, because I think like the way they tuck carpets now, like don't they stretch carpets with that knee machine? Like that, it's a like their knee pads, but they have spikes on it. Danny.
Oh yeah, the muncher, I think is what it's called, right?
Oh wait a minute,
Is that what it's called, Judah?
Wait, this murder weapon is kind of like a crowbar?
Huh?
Is it kind of like a crowbar?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
It's like a hammer and a crowbar, and you knew what it was?
Because I've had to do finished carpentry in houses before with like doors. So actually, I might
you must
even know
have installed carpets for real, not like.
But that's specialized though. So
I liked that he's, I think, more detective-y than I've seen him in a while, but not good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the spike.
I like that he like popped off those riddles super fast.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that too. The tropes that they avoid doing, and I talked about this again on other streams, but like that they avoided a lot of the really frustrating bullshit that you see a lot of movies of, like people just not talking to each other, or like they're like, what does the riddle mean? And they spend half an hour trying to figure out that. It didn't have any of that bog in it, which was nice.
Well, do you remember the dumb riddles from Batman Forever?
Yes.
Like I think one of the riddles from Batman Forever was like, if you look at the numbers on my face, you won't find 13 any place. And the answer is a clock. But it's like, this dude's the Riddler, and he's coming up with like some lame ass riddles.
Weren't the like riddles on the like old 60s Batman terrible too though?
Yeah, like these
it
were
was
good
how
riddles.
is a blank like a blank? That was it. They're more like puns, but yeah, they were.
I
They
do
were-
like this Zodiac Killer inspired Riddler. I love the like design of what he's wearing. I love the cipher stuff. I love the like when before the Zodiac Killer was caught, they thought that he had intentional misspellings in his notes as like an extra layer of code, and they actually do that in this movie with the URL thing and the Spanish thing, which so there's like layers of like references and shit in there too, which is fun.
I mean, I speak Spanish. I never picked up on that shit.
And
So
that's
there.
why Penguin's getting his own show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is the Penguin getting his own show again?
Because let's be real, that was
great.
the real star of that movie.
Colin Farrell
Okay,
Yeah.
loves
okay.
being under makeup.
I had no
Yeah.
idea it was Colin Farrell.
I don't know why
Well,
they didn't
Beth.
just get that guy from like
The guy who looks like that guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Like
was
he's
like,
a really good Richard something. He's a really good actor.
That's not how you get an Oscar.
oh.
That's Jared Leto.
Actually, that was funny. Like Mark Kermode on the BBC was reviewing the Batman. He's just like, Jared Leto, take a note. This
Yeah.
is what you don't have to like go through all that other crap. Just put some makeup on and do the work.
It's a me, Paolo. For anyone that watched House of Gucci.
But
Yes.
I will say that I
Awesome.
was reading somewhere that who was it? I think it was Robert Pattinson. He was doing one of his coworkers said that they were concerned about his health. Like you can't argue with the results, but they were concerned because he only wanted to be he wanted to be Batman. And so in between scenes, yeah. But I mean, like, I think like once it was like, I think the way he said it was like, it wasn't like forever. It wasn't like the whole time, like Jared Leto being dumbass, but like from like start of shoot to the end of the shoot, in between scenes, he'd go to his room and he would just sit there and stew and be Batman and then come back. And he never wanted to stop. Versus like, and cut. All right, cool. I gotta take a shit, But
That's apparently a thing. That's like
That's a thing.
that's like I've heard of that before with like I guess Heath Ledger was like all Joker,
right.
and it was like
John
weirding out
Bernthal
the rest
does
of the people on
that too,
set.
the Punisher.
And then that other dude from the other Joker from more recent
Joaquin
times.
Joaquin?
Oh, Jared Leto, where you put
Jared Leto, yeah, Jared Leto was like always the Joker, and it was like
Do you
annoying
know
people
why-
on set or something.
Do you know why I think that happens? Because like obviously Michael Keaton is the famous example of like losing his mind playing Batman, right? But I think that happens because these characters have so much weight on them. When you accept that role, you're like, oh, I'm going to be bullied on the internet no matter what for the rest of my career if I accept this role, essentially is what you're saying, you're agreeing to. So there's all that pressure because no matter which way you play it, there are people that are going to hate it because it's such a beloved mantle. So it's a lot of stress. I don't know if I could deal with that much stress if I was doing it.
So like 15 years ago, I dated this girl at VCU in Richmond, and she was a theater major. And the class that she was in, I don't know if this is all acting classes, but the class that she was in taught like I just looked it up, by the way, the Stanislavski method. Yeah, the Stanislavski method. And she was encouraged to like. So there's acting. The way they teach it is if you're acting and you're just trying to signal stuff like I'm happy, so I'm going to smile, or I'm sad, I'm going to frown. You're not really acting, you're pretending. And the idea is that you're not supposed to pretend, you're supposed to act, which is an internal process that comes outward. So you're supposed to, they would like, they do all this stuff that would probably, I would say, be considered abuse now. But like in class, she would get like the teacher would like break people down and make them cry just to get them to be able to access that crying for their acting. And like the teacher would make you angry, or the teacher would make you happy or whatever. But the whole idea of the way people acted was to like actually experience the emotions they were trying to convey. So it might be like part of that. Like if he's a method actor or if he follows the Stanislavski method, that might just be how a lot of like the like top tier like Oscar types get into character, I guess.
So John Bernthal
of.
was on record when he was playing the Punisher, and he went through the exact same thing as well. Yeah. I do acknowledge what you're saying, Reed, though, that this is a lot of stress. Although I will say that Pattinson in his interviews has chosen to troll instead of like talk about what what's it been like? I played a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog because there's that dark scene. And I think that's really, I mean, we can all understand the connections to Batman there. And I'm just like, wow, oh my God.
Defense mechanism. It's a
like,
defense
so good.
mechanism.
I kind of
It's
wonder
like-
if he hung out in his trailer or like isolated between takes just because he didn't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Like,
I
no, I'm
think
trying to
there's a
stay
lot
in
of-
character.
He had
Yeah.
COVID during the filming. I know that much.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that could have been a reason.
He also apparently
Us.
stole like a pair of socks every day they filmed.
Is this real?
What?
First of all, what's up, Elcifer? And
I'm so
Very
glad you brought that back up
perfect.
because Deep Cut, I fucking love Gothica. I fucking love that movie. Have you all seen it?
Haven't seen it.
I've not.
It's
Is it
so
good?
it's such a bad horror movie, but I love it.
Oh.
It's like kind of plays on the whole. She gets haunted by a ghost, and the ghost is trying to tell her about her. Do you want me to spoil it?
yes.
Yes.
Shitty husband who killed her in secret. So like her and her husband are both cops, or both psych nurses or something like that. They're like in a mental hospital working, and yeah, he's like out. He's got a whole murder shed that she didn't know about, Halle Berry, and she's been married to him for like 20 years. But
Wait,
it's great.
so
I did
was
not
dead
know
the whole
about
time?
this murder shed.
She was dead the whole time. Is that what you
And then
said?
turns out
Rebecca?
she was Catwoman.
Dude,
Wait, did I hear you right?
if there was a shed
She was
on
dead.
like the house that they lived in
I
together,
misunderstood.
and she didn't go into it for 20 years, like she's not doing her share
Yeah.
of the yard work.
That's right. You should just watch it and enjoy it. It's a really good time. Plus Halle Berry.
Is it? How does it rate on the scale of like Sixth Sense to Ghost?
Wait, no, I think she said no. Did I misunderstand? Was she dead the whole time?
No, she gets haunted by another dead girl the
Wait.
whole time.
Got
Which
it.
end of the spectrum
She's
is
haunted by somebody, her husband. Okay.
Okay, so this is a ghost telling the woman that her husband, the woman who's alive, killed the ghost lady in the murder shed that we've all established Halle Berry should be aware of.
Yeah.
Right? She should have been. She should have been aware of it.
Honey, what's that thing out there?
That's my shed.
Stay out of my shed! That's
Oh,
where you
dear.
go when the Packers lose, right?
There you go.
That
Gothica
is
is so
so
bad,
bad,
it's
yeah.
good.
It's his heat
It is
show.
actually. It is actually terrible, but it's also kind of great. You know those ones?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'd watch that.
Like the butterfly effect, kind of.
Yeah, like the butterfly effect. Exactly like the butterfly effect.
I think Danny likes that unironically.
Yeah,
I-
of course. That's why I got the hands.
I watched the butterfly effect recently, and it's still it's worse than I remember, but somehow
Yeah.
still really enjoyable.
I-
from beginning
Which
to end.
ending did you
Really
get?
like the butterfly effect.
The butterfly
It's pretty
effect
good.
is either a punked prank that we all got into, like we all got punked by Ashton Kutcher by
Ashton
that.
Kutcher.
I know it's like bad, but it made my brain like I was like, okay, like, but what if like, and then I started
Yeah.
thinking of the loopholes, and then like the time I was like,
This
It's an entertaining movie. It's just so heavily riddled with unresolvable like plot holes. That
Cypher's
it's-
comment, like
Yeah.
top tier.
is that when Ashton?
Oh,
Kutcher was
yeah.
on the
Which
movie?
ending did you get, Judah? Did you get this one?
Which? Wait, there were different endings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a choose your own adventure kind of.
Which
For
one
the
is the
butterfly
director's
effect?
ending?
What?
Yeah, butterfly effect.
There's
And
other
then-
endings.
Yeah.
And then there's the director.
I didn't know there were other
actually
endings.
Does have a different ending as well.
Yeah.
I got the ending. I got the ending where he like ends up like a paraplegic because he stops the fucking thing from exploding, and then he has to watch his roommate fuck that hot goth chick, and then
Wait,
and
And
I
that's
can't remember what happens.
bad.
after that.
it's one of the endings, but then it keeps going back, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in a loop, right?
yeah, it's in a loop, and I think to end the loop, he kills himself as a
as a
fetus.
baby.
In
Yeah.
utero, yeah.
not a baby.
Very Moira.
Just kidding.
Back to House of
Those
Cards.
are
Well
Oh,
done.
I see.
The butterfly
So-
effect crawled so Moira could run.
Hold on, we're gonna show. We're gonna show Judah the.
Good night, everybody. That was it. We're good for now. That's the
Butterfly
soundbite.
effect ending.
While he's finding that, can I just say the entire cast of Batman was really good? I know G said like Colin Farrell was a standout. But the entire cast was really
Well,
excellent.
by good you mean hot, right? Who in that
Colin
movie
I guess
Farrell
you
was
was
could.
not
hot.
hot?
I guess you
Everyone
could
is
say
hot.
that Zoe Kravitz is kind of attractive. I suppose you could say that. And
He
Look at
said
you
as a
tempting
newly married
yourself.
man.
Who's that?
Zoe Kravitz.
Fun fact: married men can can appreciate the female form. Stop it, Danny.
It's true.
What?
Stop.
Where? What?
Then I
That was
feel
a
like it should be a little more.
You
like-
just did a problematic.
Did I?
Wow, Danny. Wow, be
You
better.
just did a problematic. Yeah.
Be better, Danny.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'll go
Zoe
with it for a couple
Kravitz.
minutes. Think about what I did.
He's I.
You know, if I was drunk.
Can I tell you the introduction of Batman in this movie where there's all this crime happening, then the signal goes on, and everyone starts looking at the dark hallway or whatever, and they're like, "No shit, I just like especially the dude with the watermelon thing on his head or whatever."
Oh, in
He's
the store,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
drop. He's a drop
Yeah.
head.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
he's an
drop
actual
heads,
drop.
Fucking drop heads.
fucking drop
So,
heads.
so they're all
Drop heads.
they're all fake outs. So we get the real one at the subway, right, or at the train station.
Why didn't they know what that was? Everybody, the entire city, petrified when they see it. And
Okay.
then here's this organized gang with like actual uniform because he hadn't been initiated. He only had half the paint. Like, who the fuck is this guy? If I was Batman,
Well,
kidding
but
me right now?
remember, it's Halloween
the whole
night.
city's afraid of me. You don't know who I am?
But it's
What?
Halloween night. What if it's just some jackass dressed like Batman?
Well, maybe
maybe yeah.
maybe it's like Phoenix Jones. Like some people know who he is, but I'm sure like if he walked into a store, there'd be some people who'd be like, "Oh, who the fuck is that?" Like they haven't been watching the news, you know? Or maybe it's like one of many
Yeah,
items
but
on the news.
it wasn't
There's-
like me and you saying who is this guy. It's an organized criminal organization, organized in crime.
maybe they're just a bunch of chuckleheads because they're in the Joker gang. I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know.
fucking drop heads. That's what the fuck they are.
Fucking, they've been dropping so much they don't know up from down.
Yeah.
I'm talking the guy with the mask that looks like a drop. The
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
he's wearing
At the
the
convenience
reason
store.
the reason he's wearing the drop mask is because of the eye drop drugs that everyone's doing. He's a drop head.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that everyone everyone knows that I'm not just talking shit.
Yeah,
Can you stop?
you guys know what I
responding
meant
to
by
it?
job better.
Rob,
You guys are actually
Is this,
comedians
is this
right now,
another
right?
thing where I come off as racist?
No, this is re-explaining.
Wait, now I want to know how. How do we twist that into a racist?
make it about the
I'm
drop
getting to the
bears.
end of the show.
Do you know about drop heads because of drop bears, Ree? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it always coming back to you and your little island
Always.
that you live
Always.
on?
We're gonna
Australia is the
avoid
center of the universe.
we're gonna avoid the D slur for the remainder of this.
Wow,
this
Reed.
conversation.
First of all, be
Yeah.
better. Okay. She even said it with the hard D too.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Ooh. Get the apology
so-
ready.
Where are we at right now with the conversation? We are almost to comic books. That's for sure. But more
Well,
Batman.
We're comics adjacent. We're still on Batman the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I've said this to a few of you before, but like I'm just gonna say it for the stream, for the chat. Like my absolute favorite aspect of the movie. Like there's a lot of things I liked, but my favorite thing about it is kind of occurred to me like 3/4 of the way in. If you look at like Batman the Animated Series and all the other movies and all the comics and like every other like the video game, whatever, all other forms of Batman as like versions of a true story or like the dramatized version of a true story, this movie, The Batman, felt like the true story that all that stuff was based on, which is kind of like that's kind of like how it came off to me. Like it made me think of the 13th Warrior. Like you know how like the 13th Warrior is supposed to be the actual thing that someone wrote Beowulf based on. This kind of felt like that, but for Batman. Yeah.
My roommate said it felt like 7 in the Batman universe, and I was like, yeah, it does feel like 7 in the Batman universe, and that's a great crossover.
That's literally what I walked out the theater with. I said 7 meets Saw. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I also love that Matt
Oh,
Reeves is like,
that's
"Fuck
so
you, I'm gonna play the Nirvana song twice."
I love
Which
it. I love
Nirvana song was it, by the way?
Twice
Yeah.
or like
The
37
something in the way,
times.
the same one from the trailers.
However many
I'm
times
sorry?
it was
Something in the way,
Dude, we
Something in the way?
licensed this song
Yeah.
and we're gonna get our fucking use out of it.
and that scene in the motorcycle where it's just like motorcycle POV, where he's driving around in the rain, which fucking always raining in Gotham.
Yeah.
Not a
Did you
fucking
like that he
sunny
wore a
day
normal
till,
dude helmet?
yeah, not a sunny day till the end.
Which,
wait,
by the way, two things that adds to the whole flooding aspect, I feel, and
Yeah.
two, exactly like Seven. Every single shot,
Yeah.
exterior shot, is rain, exactly like Seven. Thank you.
And that brings me to a question I have, because, well, for you guys that have watched the movie, Dakota, you could tell us once you watch it. So Batman talks about walking around with the, he's got his little jumper thing or whatever, his cap and his backpack. Does he always have the Batman suit on the backpack? Like, is he always carrying around the Batman suit? Do you guys think he's always carrying on the Batman suit?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think.
I think it's always close.
I spent like 30 minutes talking to my buddy about it. Like, well, maybe he has part of it on. Some of it is in his backpack. Some of it, like, it's stashed in his motorcycle.
It's a
Like, 'cause
bulky suit.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Well,
It
yeah,
looks
especially
heavy.
since it has to be able to protect. Yeah, so you're not balling it up in a little thing if it has
Right.
anything that's just causing
Well-
bullets to bounce straight
Well,
off.
you two were in the military, so you understand like how much gear something like that would probably
Mhm,
be.
mhm.
Could you just haul it around, or
That
Not-
shit's heavy.
not with the
like
arm.
even if I removed the plates from my body armor, the actual material is like stiff, bulky, doesn't
Kevlar.
fold.
Mhm.
Right.
And like all the hard points are like bulky, don't fold, and some of them can be really heavy. I mean,
Right.
he's taking bullets and not even like compared to how someone would take a bullet in real life,
Right.
he's actually coming out pretty well. Like they're showing that it hurts, but he's still standing and taking bullets, which is more
Right.
than
he's
the
advancing
2 inches
even.
of fucking plate armor would
Mhm.
be able to take. You know what I mean? So that shit's
Yeah.
got to be heavy.
But
Also-
one other thing too is that, like, would he be carrying it around during the day?
Well, close to the evenings, he just walks around back like the city.
Okay. Oh, because he
like,
wouldn't
but
even be awake during the day
incognito.
anyways, right?
Yeah, incognito. So like that was a really interesting aspect, that he always wants to be the Batman until the end of the movie. He doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne until the end of the movie, where he understands that I can't just be the Batman. So, and the other thing I was gonna ask, fuck, it left my head.
I have a question. I have a quick question. A friend of mine who saw it, and I'm gonna wait so Danny can get,
Thank
his
you.
question back in his head. My friend suggested that the real villain in the movie was Bruce Wayne, or was himself. Does anyone else get that impression from the film?
For real, villain.
I mean, I don't think anyone was particularly the good guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, but like as in the the real antagonist in the film. Did anyone else get that impression?
No. I think
Falcone was definitely the
Yeah.
apex bad guy in this movie.
Right, but
these
we're
are stuff-
talking. Yeah, if you're like
I
Like
see what
in
he's
Walking
I don't
Dead,
saying.
the zombies are the actual threat.
I don't
but-
think Bruce Wayne caused more harm than
Humanity
Falcone.
is the problem, right?
You know what I mean?
I think
Mhm.
there are very deliberate, like, we see a lot of shots where the Riddler and Bruce are the exact same. They have the
Yep.
exact same fucking spray paint on the floor. They're both, like, using binoculars on other people. They both have journals or manifestos or whatever you want to refer to them as, notes, documents. Like, they keep a fucking diary every day,
Mhm.
both of them.
Cool.
And in the scene where they finally meet each other, and it's Bruce Wayne as Batman, the Riddler thinks that he's on his side, that Batman's on his side,
Mhm.
and like that takes Bruce completely by surprise. So I think we are supposed to see that they're pretty parallel to each other, and really the only separation is that one has money.
So in
Yeah.
that scene you're talking about, boom, found it. Hold on. In that scene you're talking
I
about,
think that's a repeating theme because Selena has the same conversation about like the difference
right.
between us is money.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a
I
mirror.
love this.
It's supposed to be a mirror.
Thi-
It's not glass between them. It's supposed to show the fact
Layers.
that they're supposed to be the same and they're paralleling.
Oh, gotcha.
Exactly what you're saying.
This scene, I think that's where Paul Dano was the most terrifying. without like any of the suit or anything. Like this conversation they have,
Mm-hmm.
like that dude fucking killed it. I
It
was
was
like,
good.
oh, yeah,
It was
They,
really
they
good.
live
cast
forever,
him
dude.
specifically because of this scene, I think.
Yeah,
Because the
Probably maybe that was his cat. Yeah, his casting would have been dope. I wonder what he did his what you call it, the we call it when you're gonna go try out for a fucking
his audition.
audition.
his audition.
Yeah. But like,
This was the performance.
If you remember this scene, this is Batman being angry at him. This is Batman seeing himself in him.
Yeah,
And then when Batman collects himself and says, "I'm not your friend. I'm not you," then he starts flipping out, right? And and he starts realizing that this whole thing. I didn't realize this myself. Somebody else wrote about that, and I was like, "Wow, that's fucking really good." And I want to share that with you.
Yeah, like the fact that they both have such crazy emotional responses in the same space, like back and forth at each other, is so confronting, because you realize, well, from the beginning you're pretty aware of like how on the edge Bruce is, right? Like you see him fuck up in this movie over and over again. There's a really funny scene where he gets his wingsuit out and
he
he
smashes
launches
it.
it.
so cool.
I love it. And they
Yeah,
don't talk about it ever again. They just eat shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
it's great.
I love that.
Paul Dano goes through every, like, his face is so, like, he's so good. Like, whatever he does with his face, I don't know. He's always got like this little phase where, like, I don't know if it's his nose or the way his glasses were sitting on it, but he goes through every emotion, right? Because he's happy that Batman's there with him, but then he starts to realize, oh, this is not it, and he's angry and he's sad and like just fucking just that dude's got range.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick, part of Geek Out with Roscoe. Enzo, we already said hi. I take my hi back. Whack Comics.
Whack.
I want to say thanks for joining. Lovely conversation happening in there.
I
feel like-
didn't remember what I was gonna say earlier.
Well, you got a whole bunch of
Finally.
design idea I would like in a Bat movie where the show off here is like seeing that he uses the place to shape up a chainmail or something. What's up? Yeah. All right.
He uses Beskar.
Yeah.
Beskar.
Nice,
Fuck yeah.
What was your question, Jeff?
Oh, it wasn't a question. It was a dumb comment, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Do you guys remember how the news were reporting that Robert Pattinson refused to work out for this movie?
Yeah.
But then we get to the shirtless scenes, and I'm like, this is what the dude looks like on the regular. Like, this is him without a workout regime. Holy shit!
I like that he
Nice.
just kind of looked like a guy.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a bulky Batman. Like Ben Affleck put on a lot of muscle for,
It's a lot of
for
muscle.
his performance
Look
before
good.
the
Look
reshoots.
Yeah.
I would
Christian Bale,
say
too.
I would say this like I could appreciate not like seeing the muscular thing. It just, to me, sometimes I see things like, if you look like Peacemaker, you're not looking like Peacemaker like in real life doing what
Hey, sorry, I have something to say once you're finished, Robo,
okay
about the car.
But Batman, when so we talked about the armor, we talked about the weight of everything, we talked about the fighting, we talked about the
Taking bullets.
the master, his stamina is through the roof.
Right.
You're gonna be like soccer world athlete shredded. You're not gonna look like him. He's gonna be
It's
not jacked, but the way he looked, I remember seeing him like, you're not.
We sort of just have to accept. We got to accept the impossibility, because there's no way you can like build muscle sleeping that little. Like getting almost no sleep, like going days on end with no sleep. You build muscle in your sleep.
That's
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, he has to sleep, but because remember, that's why he's white the way, because he has to sleep in the day. But even that said, if he's not taking care of himself, then follows that his performance.
Also, sleep
couldn't
doesn't
be like-
necessarily mean rest.
Yeah,
Right, but like
Dude,
bodybuilders take naps throughout the day in between workouts. Like they have to in order to continue making gains. Like that, sleep is one of the most important ingredients.
He looks he looks like the same build as my personal trainer, who like is primarily a runner.
Okay.
Dude's super
If,
fit, but he is super fucking lean.
if he was a runner, like if he was like the Flash, you know what I mean? Like that would make sense to have a body like that.
Yeah.
Batman is
He looks
carrying
like a
on-
lean dude. I don't know. It looks
but
like
the weight,
it looks
the weight
like
of
sad
his
fit.
weight
to
and the
me.
fighting of it is. Yeah. You look at
Batman
like
was lean pretty much up until what The Dark Knight Returns. Batman
Frank
was
Miller
lean.
beefed him up.
You know, the Neil Adams design for Batman was that it was muscular, but it was quite lean and athletic, because that was what we thought of. We didn't have super big, bulky mass bodybuilders like up
I don't
until like
think they
into
should
the
be
80s.
super bulky or massive. I'm just saying, like, think of like Ronaldo, a thin
Right,
runner,
right. Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah,
a
sure.
smaller Jack, not like I said, not like Peacemaker, but also not like insurance salesman. So, yeah.
So not to
Sure.
expose G right now, because G is looking off screen. But hey, G, do you have your phone right now?
I have an phone.
Can you read a little excerpt of the chat that you and I had about the car? Because we were talking to each other about this car. It's just so, like, I know nothing about cars. I'm just speaking for myself. I know nothing about cars. But I don't want to steal G's joke. It's
What
just
did
so
I
good the way you
say?
read it back
I
to me.
don't even
Something like I know nothing about cars either, but I know it makes me drip, or something along those lines. Like, it was like so sexy.
Okay,
that
first of
fucking
all,
car.
we talk way too much because I'm just.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we do talk way too much, but also not enough.
I know
Yeah,
I
that
know
car
that
was sexy as fuck.
G said that she thought that Zoe Kravitz would be the sexiest thing, but that was
But
replaced
it
by
was
the
that fucking
Batmobile.
car.
The car.
It's like, okay, again, I'm not a Ghost Rider
Those
fan, but I
tires.
live with a huge one, and like when that red like exposed engine block just started glowing,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I could feel my panties dropping.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. That whole
engine.
actually, the cinematography, let's talk about that for a second, because it's the same cinematographer as Dune.
And Rogue One.
Dune.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rogue One. And it's just like so beautiful. And every shot in this car chase scene, although it was like at times it was difficult to, I found, I don't know if you were all the same, like follow what was happening in this car chase scene. I enjoy that we got shots that we don't normally see. We got like aspects we don't normally see, like close ups on people's faces while they're driving that are kind of halfway out the window. And
like a car POV.
yeah, like
of.
a car POV. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it felt like. It was rad.
Don't
That whole
Google it.
upside down fire shot where he's just walking up to the car.
Don't
Okay,
Google car POV.
so this sort of got brought up in the show too, I think, by Michael Malone.
Oh, start a free trial. Click it.
Did Bruce?
God damn it! How do I make that go away?
need-
Do you already have an account? Maybe we can log in.
Oh, what was that, G?
No, did Bruce need to do that car chase?
Yes.
No.
Bruce
Does
is
he need to do
literally
anything?
Responsible for the deaths that happen on
Yeah.
Batman's always been in shape. Look at that shit. God damn it. Never mind.
I can't. It won't pan
Pay
down.
for the trial.
All right, I'm making it go away. I'm leaving it.
I don't know. As far as the car chase goes, though, like all those little bits and like different angles and stuff, like when movies do that, I tend to enjoy them more because it's putting more thought into how the visual narrative is coming at you. So it brings me closer into the scene or the action or whatever. When
You could
action
argue.
doesn't have as many of those like cool elements, I feel more detached. You know, it's like
You might enjoy it for the biblical. Oh my god.
My goodness.
Peak.
There's a lot of like biblical
I can't
imagery.
stop looking at his package. Why?
That is a bulky package, man. Look at that.
Yeah,
He's stuffing some rope in there.
Yep.
And he's kind of sort of like mildly thrusting. He's like passively thrusting, sort of.
Yeah.
Dude,
With
that is
his-
peak
like-
man right there.
He's like insurance salesman, but with an anaconda.
he was bulking here. But it's on his dick.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I re-up on my tea.
Well, and
Word.
Dakota, you're an artist. Like, do you ever go for crazy shots like that where you're like from a
What, the
really
nuts?
weird
What do you
point of view?
Yeah. Do you ever like give him like giant hogs?
No, yeah, well, that's true. How do you
We've
decide?
got
on penis size,
armadillos in our
first of all?
trousers.
Yeah, how do you decide how big the penis is of the character you're drawing?
How do I decide how big the penis is? Of a
But
character?
also,
oh, so much to unpack in that statement.
That's what she
No,
said.
sorry, Danny. What were you
What's the
saying?
biggest hack you ever drew? That's
No,
what
no,
I
no,
think
no,
is
no,
what
no.
Danny
I'm
wants to
serious
know.
though, Danny. What were you getting at? I'm
What
sorry.
do you ever do like weird, like you try out weird angles of like I don't know, like a skyscraper view or something, like something weird that it's not like just the front point of view.
I will say that a lot of my stuff is pinup, so it's very
Yeah,
character
yeah.
centered. Um,
like that.
so
Yeah.
when you
I love it.
I don't as much. Oh, you guys are still thinking like I'm thinking about penis right now. Excuse me.
Giant skyscraper. I mean, that's kind of where my mind went. But
I would say probably like some crazy angles or something like that. Maybe like contorted like body positions
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I might get into it if you're doing like that kind of stuff. Alex Ross gives you all that crazy like Ross Andrew like full skyscraper stuff. It's just a lot of work, and sometimes I'm just really, really lazy. I'm just gonna be super honest with everyone.
Gotcha.
Like why do you put the guy center? Because I'm over that much faster. Yes. I'll draw that though. I'll draw the fuck out
Damn.
of
I
that.
came in like a wrecking ball.
Adam
No,
West
that's
was
a bomb.
so jacked.
That's a bomb.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a
You just
bomb.
can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey,
Did
wait,
Adam West's
when you're about to
Batman
throw a
mask have
bomb
eyebrows
that's
on it?
go off, what would your
Yes.
face look like?
Yes, it had
Yes, it
eyebrows.
did. It had eyebrows on it.
God damn, that is an awesome. They need to make a new Batman, dark and gritty, but with that costume, just for a juxtaposition. I think that'd be really good.
He
I
needs
want
to
the
have
next.
eyebrows.
Unironically, I want
Or
the next
bad.
Batman to be like Adam West style, like goofball camp, like just straight up,
But-
just do it.
I think there's
But
an absolute
like
place.
modernize it with like some R-rated Deadpool humor, like just to kind of like round it out.
No, don't modernize it with some R-rated Deadpool humor. Like just go straight forward and just make it like silly and bright and vibrant and not a black suit. Like make it colorful. Go ahead. Do it all the way. But it's like it's these half measures that get in the way,
Yeah, I think it would work because the Brave and the Bold cartoon really leaned that way, and it was very popular. I really liked it, and it was different. It was different from like all the animated series we've been getting, which I love. I love Batman the animated series, but
I think the closest we're
oh, hello.
I think the closest that
Steve
we're
Carell should play him.
What's up? The world's gritty enough. I need some silly comic code stuff. Yeah, that's my cousin, by the way. Hi, Primo.
Primo.
The closest we're gonna get to it is Batman the Animated Series, where you had that kind of camp a little bit, like old school comic style. You had your classic Riddler in bright green and silly riddles that an 8-year-old could solve.
Yeah,
which was probably the point. Because 8 years of watching it.
Where's the echo coming from?
I feel like the animated series was the Neil Adams interpretation of Batman, but animated. Just like the tone and like the portrayals and just the way like the stories were told.
So some of them were straight out of the Neil Adams era, like at least two of them were.
Did you guys see the Batman Super Pets thing that came out this week with Keanu?
I saw the preview for that.
Like Keanu's voicing Batman, and like it's campy because it's a Super Pets movie, so it's weird. Yeah. But I like it too. Like as long as you get the key points of who Batman is, like the dark brooding, and like his dog is the same way. So it's really funny. Like I think that movie's gonna be great. I'm glad that one didn't get pushed back like everything else.
No, it got pushed back again.
The Super Pets did too?
I just saw an article about it getting pushed back.
Did the Batman make so much money that Warner Brothers is like, fuck it, we don't need to release a movie for the rest of the year?
Why do we need to bother with anything ever again? Batman. That's it. That's all we need.
Why do we even make other movies? Just make Batman movies.
Like DC asks themselves that every day.
Yeah.
Did you see that AMC charged people $1 more for the Batman and no one noticed?
So movie theaters are doing the airline thing, like, hey, look,
so Danny,
popular, you better pay. I mean, you can watch it from the outside if you want.
So Super Pets was supposed to come out on May 20th, and it got pushed back to July 29th.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see
that. The Arkham Asylum City, we're still in dark and gritty mode. That's for sure. And by the way, fucking love it. I really like the Arkham series.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I think
Super
the only
Pets-
way you're. Mhm. Go ahead.
I'm gonna watch it and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it and it's probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
But it's just not one of the things that I'm like counting down the days for. Like if July,
not
August,
for you.
September, I don't give a fuck. You know, like
Judah,
eventually I'll see it.
When you live life like I do and you buy 15 of the 16 Batman books that are
shipping
coming out every
Batman.
week, like you just want any Batman content.
Well, that's
with that.
because you're the closest I've ever met to someone who treats Batman actually like a religion. So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
not a real
you have
religion.
Batman on your dog. You're a
Yeah.
Batmanite.
If anybody's gonna seethe with anger that by hearing that someone doesn't like Batman, Danny would never show it because he's a professional and just a kind person. But as soon as that camera turns off, all right, yeah, he has an opinion. I will pray to the Lord Batman
No,
tonight for your
dude,
death.
Like, Robert, you kid, but sometimes I'm scrolling through TikTok and then somebody comes up with like this. I'm gonna say hot take because I don't want to say
Batman's
stupid,
actually a fascist.
Yeah, like,
Here's why.
Yeah.
and I'm like, nope, I don't need to see this. This is just
Yeah.
this will just anger me.
It'll piss me off, and I'm having a good day. Which is
I'm
exactly
just
what
gonna go,
if I see
yeah.
something that's about to piss me off, I'm like, what?
It's whatever you want to do with it, man. Like if you see stuff that like is going to anger you, it's up to you to like, because it's going to it's not going to go away and you're going to be stuck in this thing for a while.
Right. My strategy is just don't engage. There's no point in engaging.
Have you seen Beta Boys TV? Story of my life.
So yeah, Batman. I think we covered it. Any parting shots or save rounds or reattacks or piggybacks?
Any bitches, gripes, complaints?
I have one
Yeah, I'll go after G.
in an otherwise really excellent movie, and I'm realizing, kind of like Robo on the way home, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, but the more I talk about it, the more I like it.
Yes.
But my one gripe out of a really good movie is they really had to do it's an evil character with a facial scar.
Wink.
Yeah, they did it. Mine was the scene where you open the door. Not every cop.
Oh my god. Dude, you know half those cops are still bad, but they're like, the numbers are no longer in my favor.
That's right. Like, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
okay, those
Half of those
favorite
cops
parts,
killed a black person.
Yeah.
like I went
The
to
other
this
half go
movie
home and beat their
super
wife.
baked. I smoked the entire day before I went, and like
Nice.
I was cackling. There was no one else besides one guy and us, but like I was cackling every time the GCPD like rushes in after all the action has ended. Those cops are just behind everyone.
Yeah.
That's why the world needs Batman.
Right.
Police incompetence.
Right.
The one thing I'll say, if you like this movie, I recommend you. You guys know how I feel about books without pictures.
Yes.
But I'm listening to the Batman prequel book.
Nice.
on Audible.
Oh shit! Is it good?
It's very short. It's only like 2.5. It's almost 3 hours long. It's really good because it talks about Bruce Wayne growing up, and it really lets you dive into like how things came about, how he got the car. Like just it really takes you.
I'm definitely gonna listen
in
to
the
that.
past of Bruce Wayne, Riddler, like the state of Gotham at that time. So it's even prior to Year Zero, I would call it. Like it's just
I love
like
these like
even
prequel
before he
novels.
thought about being the Batman. So
I wish
How
they
does
made
he
it a
get the car?
comic.
yeah,
What?
I wish
You lost
I
it,
didn't have
no
to listen to
pictures.
it or read it, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
it's
Did
really
anyone,
good.
go to,
All right.
did
that
anyone
was-
go to the
so-
Riddler website?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, Nice.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Everyone go to the Riddler website if you haven't already and you've seen the movie. It's fun.
Rada Lada. Real quick around the room. Letter grade. You're the teacher. I give it a B-. Judah, go.
I give it an.
Actually,
Uh,
because of what I said earlier, B- from original grade, solid B. Go.
Nice.
I give it a. I give it an A.
Wow.
A.
I went from a B to a B plus. What about you, G?
I think solid B plus, A minus, somewhere in there.
The grade
Daniel.
I want to give it doesn't exist. S, I don't know. What's A plus plus?
I want to skip it a grade, give it a couple college credits.
I want to give it a hug. That's
I
what
don't
want
want to give it a grade. I want to
I want to
marry
make
this
sweet
movie.
love to it.
Yeah, I want to get.
Um,
Like, that was the thing. I
Dakota,
liked
what do you
about
give
having
it based on not seeing it?
Well, it sounds like it's gonna be like a B plus. If so, my thing with like why I don't give a shit about spoilers is that like you can tell me what happens, but it's how it's executed, like how they film it, how they make it work. So like if you told me the entire synopsis of Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm like, that sounds kind of hokey, dude. But then you there and you see when Toby comes through and Andrew comes through and you're like, oh my God, this really works.
So dope.
So it's all in its execution.
Right.
It didn't really feel like a Batman movie to me. It felt like a noir movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a film.
Yeah. Like I felt like I was watching like Masterpiece Mystery.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. I mean, I even heard that about the Nolan films in a different kind of way.
Oh yeah. That they're at least as good as like, I don't know, like Law and Order or something.
No,
Minus the Stabinator.
No. This is good. This is why this is what we brought. We've come to this now, and now we're in a place of processing and feeling. G made a crack. She's like, the Nolan movie's like, what was that detective work? It should be at least as good as like an episode of Law and Order. And I'm like, what's wrong with Law and Order? She's like, Law and Order is good. And then there was like a context issue that we like, she's like, we should.
It would have taken like 2 seconds in a live chat, but it was like, no, let's have like a half an hour discussion where we actually agree.
Ooh, we got a C in the chat. Interesting.
My sister's review was, quote, a yawn fest.
That's awesome.
I can see that. Relate. Yeah, same. I like haters, but I can see somebody else going, "Oh my God, is this over yet?"
Is that because your sister was so excited she needed to take yawns to get breaths in to stay awake?
I think it's maybe because she has kids, so she's really tired.
That actually seriously.
It's a slow burn, so I can see how if someone wasn't like invested, if that investment never happens, which totally understandable,
dude,
I can see it being painful and long.
I don't think I can't think of a movie in recent memory that has had a more honest trailer.
Oh yeah. Like
it's
not except for I did one thing we didn't talk about, and I put it on the chat. With Matt Reeves leaking those pictures of Selena dressed up in that character, and then we get to the movie and like,
right.
Oh, what the fuck? So good stuff. Using the paparazzi against everyone, I guess, weaponizing them. Matt Reeves, well played, sir. We got points.
Dude, apparently The Office did that with. They had Toby and Pam and her wedding dress leave together.
Somebody listens to
so the paparazzi would see it and be really confused, and it worked.
That's awesome.
Listen to Office Ladies podcast.
Dude, Office Ladies is fantastic.
Oh, Office Ladies.
All right, so we're gonna do a quick intermission of discussion because we still want to talk about Moon Knight posters. We're gonna watch some trailers. We got an Obi Wan trailer. We got a new, not a trailer. It's a Moon Knight released something. It's kind of like a trailer, but like some sort of like short premiere. We'll watch that. But before we do that, what's up, Shaman05 line? Before we do that, what did y'all buy this week? I know Judah's ready. I saw Dakota's ready. Everyone's ready. All right. We'll go. Actually, we'll start with Dakota and then swing around to Danny. We'll go that way.
All right. So I don't buy because I can't.
Sure, yeah.
But I did bring some possibly lesser known stuff that you guys might be interested in. So this is from 1995. This is a Batman Year One. I brought some stuff that was Riddler related. Cool. This is Chuck Dixon and Karen Dwyer, and it's just a one shot, and it's an origin of the Riddler. Super, just kind of like low key, very very Batman in the Year One kind of style that they were doing back in the 90s, where they were keeping it all very crime related.
It's a very serious comic.
I mean, it is. I mean, I don't know, it is, but it's just very very good, solid stuff.
I was just doing the Lost Boys quote.
It's a very serious book, man.
It's
looking for a Batman 14, like he would get that, or like he could afford that.
Right.
Fuck out of here. Get out of my face with that shit.
Bye, Ree. Sorry,
Yeah.
totally forgot, and I lost track of time. And Ree had to go. Ree loves you all, and
Oh,
bye, Ree.
Bye,
Oh.
Ree.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll hammer through this. This is Batman Houdini, Howard Chaykin, John Francis Moore, illustrated by the amazing Mark Chiarello. It is all
Ooh.
watercolor.
Is he related to Tomas Girello?
So next, no idea. Mark
Yeah.
Chiarello was an editor at DC for a little while, though. I do know that. He
Oh.
also was a color artist. He did the color artist for the Mike Mignola Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula adaptation. This is one of my babies. This is one of my absolute babies. This is Batman Grendel.
Love it.
Matt Wagner.
Oh, this was just one of my favorite books ever. And Matt Wagner does the art, but the color art is by this amazing guy named what's his name?
Did he also
Joe
write the
Matt.
Judge Dredd Batman?
The Simon Bisley one.
Yeah.
I've read part of it.
No. I mean, was Matt Wagner involved in that one?
No.
Okay.
Matt Wagner did a secondary Grendel, a War Child one that followed this one.
That's right.
But this is just beautiful, and it's really Batman and Grendel, but it's also these two women who are roommates who are kind of pawns in the schemes of others. And again, it's Riddler related. Just a beautiful book. And speaking of beautiful, Elektra and Wolverine, Greg
Wow.
Rucka, illustrated by Yoshitaka Amano.
Holy
I
fuck.
think it was Sketchy who was talking about looking at some Amano stuff. So it's just stuff more and more and more. I mean, this is really obviously this is more rushed for what Amano does, but it's still beautiful. And then this one is for Judah. This is Deathblow and Wolverine.
Ooh.
You ever heard of this?
No. I know.
Dude.
I'm aware of the existence of these characters, but I've never seen.
Oh my god, this thing is nuts. This is his night. First of all, look how 90s that is.
Oh fuck
So good. This guy,
yeah.
So the artist, it's breakdowns by Aaron Weisenfeld, but this guy named Richard Bennett, he is basically channeling Joff Darrow. Like,
Oh my
super
god.
hard.
Oh damn, that looks amazing.
Super
That looks like
hard.
that has like Mobius vibes.
I was gonna go with Joff Darrow, like hard boiled, but yeah, like it's mostly action. Like there's very little dialogue,
Love
but
it.
just
Hell yeah.
insane stuff.
What's the why was that for Judah? What's the inside?
Because it's guns and shit.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was like a secret thing.
No. I over the years getting to know like Judah, I'm just like, oh, you like your guns, you like your tech
Shit.
stuff.
You like your guns and shit. Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
here's your guns and your shit. There you go.
Hell yeah.
But it's just an amazingly illustrated book.
He's so short. I love it.
Dude, he's so fucking tiny. He's like this tiny furry little thing.
Yeah.
And it's like his hair is like out to here and shit. This was one Daredevil Ninja. Brian Michael Bendis, illustrated by a guy named Rob Haynes, but it is done as though it was animated. And so it's got a really kind of like fun little vibe there. Very,
It's a
very
very serious book.
Yeah, it's a very serious book, man. And then my buddy sent me some comics, and one of them was Immortal Hulk by the great Al Ewing and by the so anti-Semitic Joe Bennett. So I've just been reading this, and I'm like, can I find some more anti-Semitic stuff in here? Is there anything here?
Did you find anything? Any secret anti-Semitism?
I so look though. I maybe I wanted it so much that I shouldn't get it.
I have the jewelry copy, and
do you really?
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna make millions of dollars on that one day.
Oh my god!
Get it graded.
Same here, Robo. But
so I don't think they'll go get it graded at Robo.
Well, I can't. You
go
can't
get it appraised.
You can't get. I am not against slab. I will slab fucking anything.
I was talking more like you're going to take it down to your Julia or some shit.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Oof.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
Oof.
Be
ooh,
better.
I know. Sorry. But I mean, Joe Bennett, like the layouts are really great, but the inking doesn't really work for me in this, to
Oh
be
yeah, we're
honest.
gonna talk about panels too.
But you know, also he's an anti-Semite, so fuck him.
Right.
And one more, just last one. I'm sorry, I'm keeping everyone. So my dad sent me a bunch of my comics back, and I'd forgotten that I had even bought any Ultimate Spider-Man
Nice.
at any
Oh
point.
shit. I
So
fucking
this
love
is the Ultimate
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Talking about decompression in comics. This whole issue is Peter and Mary Jane in Peter's bedroom and him awkwardly trying to tell her that he is Spider-Man for 22 pages.
Oh wow.
It's just a waste of time.
Wow. Some poor tree.
That's it. I'm good.
That's peak Bendis.
It's peak Bendis.
That is peak Bendis.
Oh my god.
Nice. Danny, go.
My turn. I'll go pretty quick because there's a bunch. So Little Monsters, Jeff Lemire, Dustin Wynn, good shit. Vampire Kids. Top tier comics here.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nightwing and Superman 2 parts.
Beautiful.
Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo, fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite Moon Knight things I've read like this year. Just
Oh
Jenny
yeah.
Cake, fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
What is
I
it?
have to pick up
Wait,
the
what was that
Punisher.
last one?
Huh?
What was that last one?
Oh, this is Devil's Reign
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's the new
Yeah,
miniseries
it's
thing
just
they got
a
coming.
one-shot tie into the
Crossover.
event.
Oh.
And then I have to pick up the Punisher because I had to check out what the fuck was going on with the Punisher.
What the
Fuck
fuck
yeah,
is
dude.
going on with the Punisher?
They're
It's cool. It's cool. I
Not
encourage
moving
you to-
on.
Fucking
So-
Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron's on
hell
him.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
My Wolverines.
Oh, cool.
Women
Oh,
of Marvel.
Is that a
nice.
Greg Land cover?
No, that's not Greg Land.
How dare you?
No.
Kick him off.
Who is that? Who does the cover?
Inuit.
Greg Land.
I can't say his name.
It looks like a Greg Land cover from
If
the
you look at the
Dude,
face
I
of the Kitty
Oh,
Pryde on there,
it's that mouth open bullshit, right?
wait,
No,
let me see
it's the
cover again.
photo real face on a comic book.
Let me
It's
see the
like,
cover.
Oh, this is actually Ashley Witter. She did all
Nice.
the Afro comic covers.
you
Oh.
see why I said that, right?
Yeah.
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 That's a child, Judah.
No, he was talking about it being photorealistic, like he copied it from a real picture.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
Why? What
What were you thinking?
nothing.
What were you
Captain
thinking?
Carter.
Yay!
Captain Carter. I love it.
Nice.
Yay!
Look at lies.
Devil's Reign. Fucking this event slaps so much.
Okay.
Chip Zdarsky can do no wrong in my book, so I can't wait for him to write Batman.
Yeah.
Trial of the Amazons. I picked up this variant because it's fucking rad.
Beautiful.
It's a pretty serious
That
comic.
cover. Fuck.
Tom King's up to some bullshit again with Batman, so I love it. And then I picked up I'm picking up Detective Comics, but I'm picking up the normal variants, but they have some variants for the Batman. So
Is that Bermejo?
this one's Bermejo. I don't know who this one is, but it has the Batmobile.
Cool.
Bermejo's so fucking good.
Yes.
And that's it. Just a bunch of books. Good shit though this week. A lot of good stuff.
Gee.
Oh, me? I got a lot of the same stuff as Danny this week, except not as good of covers, except for this one, which is better.
Ooh.
Oh, we didn't have that one.
That's really good. Yeah.
Oh
That
man,
doesn't look like
who
Greg
did
Land.
that?
It's Mock, Amy Mock or something. I want to say
Yeah,
it was the
great.
one. It's the incentive cover, so I
yeah, they didn't have that
I
one in my
should
shop.
have. And then
Naomi.
Yeah.
are my two big ones this week, and I checked out the Women of Marvel one right away. I think it is better than the Voices once have been.
Is it good? Good.
I enjoyed it. It was better than like last year's, which was a little. I don't know. Most of them were about clothes. But this one was like I thought way better than last year's.
About
But
makeup and
we talk
dating.
about that next week. There was some stuff about dating in it, but like, so between each story, there's a 1-page Black Cat mini about like here's a little job I did.
Mhm.
And the last one is her breaking into an ex's apartment to steal her earrings back. And I loved that because, like, I like the idea of a world-class thief using those skills to avoid seeing an ex.
Does
To be
yeah.
petty.
I think I would do it for like mundane ass shit. Like
That's very X-Men.
you
That's
know,
very
like
X-Men,
not
in my opinion.
not like stealing. Like I mean, I might do that too. But like, if I was a world class thief, like I gotta steal, or else I'm not a world class thief. But
He's got a thief.
but like lock yourself out of your house. That's okay. I just do 2 backflips and go through this little thing. I'm in my house. That's dope. All right.
Yeah. Why not use it to your advantage?
Couldn't you just pick the lock though?
Well, what?
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Pick a lock without backflips? Who picks a lock without doing a backflip?
I don't know why you do a backflip. It would take you away from your house. You would be going in the opposite direction.
Boom. Punisher. Jason Aaron. It's just gonna be fucking dope.
The Beast.
Red.
Yes.
Cool.
Fucking dope. Fucking dope. Sabretooth #2. This one. I don't know if I'm late or if it came out, but
that's a reprint. It's reprint.
Yeah, you are late.
Yeah, I'm late, but I still like that color. It's gonna be dope.
Dude, sometimes the second print is better.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, great.
Storm on there. I am late to this. I saw it on the show.
Oh, cool!
Anyway.
I heard about that.
And then picked up a Han Solo.
Yeah.
My shops didn't get that.
What's
Neither
that?
of-
Oh, they didn't.
Neither of my shops got it. They're Star Wars books.
Yeah. So I've decided I want to start reading more Star Wars books so that when when some fucking show happens and this guy comes out and everybody around me, oh, it's the fucking guy from the thing, and I'm like, I didn't read any of that, and I'm not excited. I want to be excited.
So I thought that was a one shot, but it's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be an ongoing.
And then I do want to catch up on crossovers, so I just went and bought volume 1 of that.
Hell yeah!
Who the fuck is that by?
You're not ready. I would tell you, but you're just not ready.
Cool.
Donnie. All right,
Judah, hit us.
So, I didn't have time to either read or bag and board this week, so it's gonna happen this weekend.
Wow.
I know it's rare, but it happens. So hit me. 2 things going for this. AWA and Krista Faust, who we have had on the show, and embarrassing story. Don't watch that interview because I was wasted because I had been with family, and it's the most cringy, embarrassing. I wish we could
have
just
to
delete
watch it.
It is the only time I've ever been disappointed in Judah.
I was wasted, and she could tell, and she was like, "Why are you wasting my time?" It was really bad.
So now go watch it.
So I don't actually like Spawn, but I read all Spawn, and I guess I don't know what's going on.
You read Spawn?
You like Spawn. That's why you read Spawn.
But so I'm excited for this one because this storyline has been really terrible, but I'm enjoying it. This series is fucking baller, and you should really find it. It's another AWA. They could do no wrong right now. I haven't read a single bad AWA. I can't believe nobody. I mean, come on.
Oh,
is
I
anyone
have
else
those.
still invested in this?
Yeah, I had those, Judah, but I knew you had them. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed those too, but I haven't read them yet.
Appreciate that. I'm still doing this, and I'm actually my enjoyment is increased as I read. It's pretty good.
Is it gearing up towards Judgment Day? Can you tell?
Yes.
Okay.
The seeds are there.
Awesome.
Still reading this, not loving it as much as Donnie Run, but still kind of liking it. Oh, come on, man.
Wasted. Judah wasted.
I shouldn't have said anything. I realized as soon as I started saying it, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know what? I hope Robo's isn't the kind of friend that would actually do that. He wouldn't do that to me.
It didn't even occur to me. I was just like talking out my ass, and then I realized, oh fuck, I was gonna drive traffic. This is still a baller run. I'm enjoying it.
Do you have all of them? I'm sure they have to have trades out by now. I need to catch up.
Yeah, there's trades. There
should be at least 2. There should be 2.
Yeah.
Right?
There's 3 out. 3 trades out and a 4th one on the way.
Okay.
So I know it's like liking Mark Millar is about as cool as like liking the Joker or I don't know, any variety of other like things.
Liking a rash.
But I still love Mark Millar, and he's written some of my favorite stuff.
Dude,
and
you got Scalera art. Like, how can you not fucking like that book with Mateo Scalera on it?
True.
This is a baller book. I'm telling you, it's like This is like old Sean Connery James Bond,
Yes.
but as like a bitter, grumpy piece of shit old man, and he finds out that he's gonna
Wait.
die.
Wait,
So
what?
and Sean Connery.
That's like Sean Connery.
Connery.
It
That's,
is,
everyone is just like, but that's like Sean Connery.
this is old man Connery, basically. This is old man Connery Bond. But it's just I'm really loving it, and I'm gonna be sad when it's over. Like, I'm really looking forward to these issues as they come out. And then this is an impulse buy. I never read Echolands. I don't know anything about Echolands. This isn't even number 1. This is number 6. But it's a sideways
Well,
comic.
why
So
not?
Oh, cool.
I too like to start stories in the middle.
I honestly, first of all, cardstock. Second of all, crazy cover. Third of all, sideways comic. I mean, the gimmicks got me. So I'm gonna. And then looking at the art is so good that I kind of want to go get the back issues now. Like, look at that shit.
Wow, look at that.
And look how
nice.
wide these pages are. Like, this is fucking cool. You know what I mean?
That book it's cool because it's really a lot flash over substance. The story's not like what's drawing me in, but the
Just
art.
really good art.
Yeah.
Which gives me an idea for some webtoon style comics.
Almost like a horizontal format.
Yeah, but you take not horizontal format. Take that, turn it this way, and you flip it up, and you read it top down.
That's ridiculous. No, that'll never work.
I don't.
So
I
got the
can't
same
see
shit.
what Robo is apparently gesturing at all, so I'm just gonna like nod,
I got the same
Like
shit that
this.
everyone else got,
just like
And,
this. Oh,
and I'm super stoked. I'm stoked to read this because Radiant Black is the shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm stoked for Punisher. I'm a big fan of the Punisher, as people know. I got the same cover as Danny on Moon Knight. This I can't wait for, and it's because of the art. Like, I mean, I love Han and Chewie, but like, it's like the fucking actor likeness art that I like with Star Wars comics. So, and then this, I'll read anything by Jeff Lemire. That's just my rules. Is new Jeff Lemire. I'm reading it.
That cover's on its way to my house because I didn't find that one.
And then this bad boy, of course.
There it is,
I'm actually I haven't read past issue 3, so I guess I'm catching up to do. But yeah, excited. I'm caught up with the X-Men tie-ins, and those are the shiznit. So that's all I got.
Shit, yeah. All right. Well, that's if you guys got any good ideas. Anybody in the chat, if we missed anything and you're like, I can't believe you didn't pick up this fucking bad boy, post some, drop some shiza, some gems in the chat. We do have a conversation that we're gonna get into with regard to like the changes paneling has gone through the decades. Got some pictures set up. Before we move into that, because I think they'll be like these will be quick. You guys want to watch some trailers real quick?
yeah.
Yeah, always.
Oh.
Boom, boom.
Oh,
Yes,
for
I
good
just watched
stuff.
this
I
last
thought we were
night.
gonna
Give
watch
it to
bad
me
trailer.
again.
Batch. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's chaos in you. The fun of Moon Knight is getting introduced to a new superhero in a new.
Aw.
It's a
hate
real
that.
legitimate character study.
Featurettes.
I can't tell the difference between my
I hate it
voice
when
and eyes.
the people involved are talking out of character about it.
Moon
You mean
Knight
they're
is
promoting it?
What up, Kill-Bass?
Yeah. Hate that.
Hold on a
visual
second.
spectacular
Yeah.
character.
No. When he falls back into Mr. Knight, that's it. Yeah, that right there.
Dreams. Moon Knight is a spectacular
So
character. He's
dope.
got an incredibly unique visual look.
Our job was to kind of put a lens on the things that had the most dramatic juice and ultimately take the mental health aspect incredibly seriously. I am Stephen.
The way we're tackling the story, we learn about Stephen and then learn about Mark.
What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
And they're the same person.
The tone is like Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. It's a bit dark at times. To tie it into something so vast and supernatural, it's amazing. Thank you.
Every aspect of this show has a duality, and we've shifted the paradigm.
Whoa.
It's really
Paradigm.
totally unpredictable.
Was he just levitating a rock?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love that little thing.
The
Yeah.
footage looks
Isn't it-
great.
They got really good at using the logo,
Yeah.
using something from the shows to do the logo.
That
Yeah, I like
production. I mean, they've all kind of been that way. Like it's not even kind of. They really have. But I feel like this one is something's a little different about it. That make like this looks like movie shit. Like
It's
somebody
full
told me
Hollywood
this
level.
was a movie trailer, I'd absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
Looks pretty
God,
dope.
it's so fucking good.
I dislike like the trailers that have like the cast and crew talking about it during, just because like I don't know.
Well,
Like,
it's
I don't know.
Out of
promo
it.
talk, you know, like
Right.
we really wanted to explore.
it
blah,
just
blah,
makes-
blah.
It makes something that I'm expecting and hoping to like sound douchey to me, and I don't know if that's just me. It's just me, but like I'm trying to watch this cool ass trailer, and he's like, "Well, you know, what we're really going for is kind of like a Fight Club meets Indiana Jones," and like I don't know, just like
I think
dorks me out.
If I'm watching like special features for like I don't know, fucking August Osage County, like something very firmly rooted in reality, I kind of like seeing the special features. But something where like with Marvel movies where we're agreeing when we enter the theater to suspend our disbelief, I don't need to see the cast and crew.
Right, exactly.
Also,
I agree.
the when they tell me more about like what the deeper meaning of it is, and you're
Right.
like like I remember like way back in the day when like Mortal Kombat came out in the 90s, and they were like, this movie is really about finding an in between, the hero inside yourself, and I'm like, no, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Nobody thinks that it is. You can just don't try and sell us on
Yeah.
that.
If there's a nugget of that, if there's something like subtextual or like deep inside of the thing, let us just kind of see it instead of have like all these dorks like explaining it while we're watching the trailer.
It would be better if
Yeah.
it was understood organically by ourselves. Yeah, then it means that the film or the TV show is doing its job by
Yeah.
conveying that.
Let me be in the featurettes after it comes out, and I'll explain it to people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Danny. I'm here, and this is really cool. And I was thank everyone for being here and shit.
I mean, Danny does kind of do that, so make sure to go follow Danny at
Next Issue Podcast.
Next issue podcast. Next issue podcast.
Next Issue Podcast.
Next issue podcast.
Let's write it down. Actually, shit. Yes.
You see, what we were really going for was making the desert look dry.
Oh God. Anyone had enough Tatooine in their system yet?
Are we mystery science theatering? Are we mystery science theatering this?
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding.
I would totally do that though.
Sounds
Oh, it's a baby.
No, that's pod racing.
Oh my God, shut up.
Fuck were you just on about just like 2 seconds ago?
They just fucking use Duel of the Fates, and I'm like, fuck you. Fuck
Right.
you.
Something off about that CG. I don't know.
So dope.
The fucking Inquisitor. Is that the Inquisitor?
That's the Grand Inquisitor, yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yes, an Inquisitor.
It's the Grand Inquisitor. Oh shit, they got him back.
Differently.
The Jedi code is like an itch.
She got some knockers.
He cannot help it. Where is he?
Dope.
It
Is he
spins.
hypnotizing him?
Oh, they have all the Inquisitors.
Oh
And
shit.
they look the same.
Yeah, they got the goofy hat.
That looks alright. What the?
What?
What was that
You hear
last
that?
part about? Hope survives, but not in Obi Wan's face.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay.
That's all right. I like that.
So this is completely enticing. Like everything I could ever want from like this kind of show. It's got like references to Rebels. It's got ties to the original trilogy. It's got like all the special spice that I want from like Star Wars
Well,
expanded stuff.
They don't give you Vader, but you hear the breathing at the end, and we know, right?
You know he's coming.
We know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Vader, sure, it doesn't really make sense, but I'll accept it. Whatever. But what would really be dope is if they
Maul.
live action recreated the scene from Rebels where Obi-Wan
Maul.
finally kills
Maul.
Darth Maul.
Oh,
That's what I want to see.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is there gonna be a Maul cameo? Because that was Duel of the Fates. That's Maul. Like, that's Maul's
That makes-
fucking fight music.
So do you remember the Kanan comic book series and how they sort of in the Bad Batch recreated the Kanan origin thing where his master got killed during Order 66? And it wasn't the same, but they still recreated it. And like we kind of do like the different point of view thing in our brain to like justify that they're a little bit different, but whatever.
Well, I always figured that was different because Kanan was going through so much shit. He doesn't remember all the details. He just knows they're stormtroopers, right? So it's just a different point of view. But yeah,
and the comic version is how he remembers it, and the Bad Batch is how it was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We kept having to legitimize Dave Filoni being too lazy to read a comic book.
That could be it, and that could very well be it.
You know what? He's got 10 people working for him that have to do that. So
this is
they don't apparently.
This is an interesting comment. Oh, great, Lynch. I'm sure that Star Wars is going to handle that well. I hope they know what they're doing.
I think that was force choking, but I don't know if it's the same. I think it was force levitating.
Oh, the guy hanging?
Yeah. I don't think
they were just okay. Somebody else maybe force choking.
Because the Inquisitors can use the force.
Or they hung someone that they killed out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They do that. People do that. I don't know.
I like to think that Disney wouldn't do that on one of their shows, and they would use the force to like suspend someone.
But you know what's interesting is that like, if that was a hanging, which I can't see the Star Wars universe doing. But hear that sentence though. I can't see the Star Wars universe doing, but a complete planetary genocide.
Didn't
That's
they
fine.
also show you the burnt corpses of Luke's Guardians?
Yeah.
Literally
in the first movie.
Star Wars will hang someone. They'll definitely hang someone.
Maybe it's not hanged. Maybe they're crucified.
Maybe,
you know, and they just left the person.
Maybe
out
this
there.
is the true story of Christ.
How does it? And I know this has been like some. That's true. There could be. There's been discourse about this, and I don't know if they're going to go with it, but like, it doesn't really make sense for Darth Vader to be fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi in this show. And I know there's varying different like takes on like how consistent stuff needs to be, but that one really kind of like.
I don't think they'll fight.
We don't know that they're going to.
Hopefully, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
For all we know, it could just be like. It could be
side story.
flashbacks. It could be a different perspective.
It could be through the force, like they just maybe like force fight, and that's how you get them in a scene together. But I don't think they actually physically will be in the same place.
Yeah,
because when they last saw each other, Vader was but the learner, so it would be weird for him to still be the learner if they were to somehow encounter each other here.
And I think in episode 4, like he tells him like I haven't seen you in like fucking however long or whatever.
So I sense something that I haven't felt since.
But also, if he meets him on Tatooine, then he's going to know he's on Tatooine, and then he's
right?
on Tatooine, and he's going to find the kids. And that wouldn't make any sense.
I think that's why they brought up the other planet.
It's possible that
so it's not Tatooine.
Doesn't find him there.
Okay, so we see little Luke doing his vroom vroom noises.
Yay.
What do we think Leia is doing that exact same moment?
Oh, I saw your post.
Yeah.
Like, where she's like learning like 7 languages and like learning how to handle like
we're gonna see
intergalactic diplomacy.
Jimmy Smits is coming back as Bail Organa. So like, are we gonna make?
We're definitely gonna see Leia.
Yeah. So are we gonna see baby Leia?
Leia's running like the equivalent of a United Nations thing at her school.
Right.
That's what Leia's
she's
doing.
She's like Greta. What's her Greta?
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah. She's like talking to like the council. Like we need to stop making clones. It's really you're liars. You're killing us. Yeah. Really bad for the environment. Right.
I bet that Leia is doing all this stuff, but she's sneaking out to do blaster practice.
Oh, dude, I bet.
Yeah.
And Leia, Princess of Alderaan, which I recommend. She does talk about she has like little tunnels she can get around the palace that people don't know about.
Very Arya Stark, like where she doesn't want to do the princess stuff, but you know.
Real quick,
Yeah, I think she was probably also like into the princess stuff. I don't know.
That's pretty
you know,
clever.
it'd be funny. G, you know, it'd be funny. Oh, just check this out. So let's say there's a scene where Leia's talking, and then Bail Organa's like, "No, use the Alderaanian high dialect," and then she has to do that stupid British accent she does for the first 2 scenes of A New Hope, and they kind of work that into the plot.
I would love to see, like Brea talking and actually have her, because I think we forget something as Star Wars fans. Brea is the ruler of Alderaan. Bail's just a senator.
Yeah.
So like the inherited title comes from, and also by the way, Bail changed his last name to Organa because that's the family name. Which I don't think, but yeah, like so I'd like to see more of Brea, and yeah, like I want that weird accent to come from her.
If I marry a queen, whatever she wants, fucking
Right?
call me whatever you want.
Because she's
Dude,
like,
I'd love to see
Senate will
more
not
of
sit
their
still for this.
relationship.
For sure, I'm excited for that show.
Fuck yeah!
All right.
Okay.
So I lied earlier. Here, I'm gonna throw some links in the chat. I do know we have some new names in the chat. We would love to continue this conversation in our Discord. So I'm talking with a kind of slow cadence, so to give you time to grab this link and post it right here.
Why did you speed up? Why'd you speed up there?
Yeah, because I got it. Because I found the link.
Okay.
So check out. That's our link to our Discord. There's going to be a talk about the paneling, how paneling has changed through the ages. We meant to talk about it tonight, but we're about to hit 2 hours, and
Batman.
we're not all sitting in Japan on quarantine. So it's time. It's almost night time. We have to
This is COVID. This is how beautiful COVID looks, baby.
But I will say some. So maybe tomorrow depends on Judah's schedule. But go ahead and follow us on Twitter, and we will let everybody know when we pick up the paneling discussion. We got a bunch of pictures to talk to, and Dakota, being a professional artist, is going to give his takes on how this goes. Sandman. Sandman is coming out on Netflix.
Yeah.
So check this out. If you guys have seen Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, any of that kind of stuff, we're going to host our Sandman and Valiant talks in our Discord under, I think their version of Spaces is called Stage or something like that. So the Valiant and Sandman talks are going to happen in our Discord with the panel. We're going to talk about what we've read, et cetera, and then what that'll do is it allows anybody who wants to say anything to come up on stage, and the proverbial stage, and say their piece, go back down. It'll be fun, but also come expect actual content. We're going to be doing some content creating, not all just lives and interviews about Sandman and some other stuff. So don't forget to give us a like, follow, join us on Discord so you can join in on the Sandman and Valiant talks. I did put in the Discord the Instagram to Dakota, Drums of the Serpent.
Dude,
Check
watch
out
out
his
though.
art.
That shit's dangerous. Like only go there around payday.
That's right.
Yeah, big
what?
time.
Where? Excuse me.
So if you go to his Instagram, you get to enjoy the art, and then it's very clever. It's like, this is badass, and like, oh, is it? Because there's a link to my Etsy in my bio. Click that, buy shit. It's dope ass stuff.
I still want to buy that Phoenix. I'm gonna buy that Phoenix soon. That's my fourth. My fourth one.
You guys might be seeing a Dakota original here in the next couple months.
That's coming up. Well, I got more time on my hands. By the way, if we're able to pick this up next week, I will still be here.
Yeah. It's like I feel bad for you, but that's what happens when a country actually takes it seriously. So
no, this is what happens when you don't close down your schools. See, I got it because my kid got it, and everyone's getting it because their kids are getting it. So I got it. And, they could have done remote, but they won't, and that's That's why.
Robo was trying to have a U.S. sucks conversation, and you like
well, it does.
threw a wrench in it.
But no, because he's in quarantine, he's not just all walking around. So that's good.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you guys
So
want to see my
we'll
thing
be
really
here
quick?
all week. What's up?
Hell yeah.
Check out this thing really quick. I forgot to show it earlier.
Oh, that John Buscema cover. That's so good. I love John Buscema.
Stop it.
John Buscema is like the best.
Yeah.
Like,
So my cousin Jason Levine got this for me as a late wedding gift, and it's fucking great. I love it. I don't actually have a record player, but it's just a cool thing to have. This is Joe Satriani, Surfing with the Alien, with a cover by John Byrne, which I incorrectly said was by John Buscema on
Steve Buscemi.
Discord. Yeah, Steve Buscemi on Discord. But anyway, how dope is that? Isn't that fucking great?
That is dope.
Anyway, that's all. That's all.
All right. Danny, plug your shit.
Yeah, you can go to Next Issue Podcast. Just put that on the search bar. You can find a lot of comic reviews this week. I read a whole bunch of shit, and you guys get to hear me talk about it. We also have movie reviews. I just reviewed the movie Fresh. That's on Hulu. I liked it a lot. And then Sunday we'll do a live about something. I don't know yet. We plan months in advance, so I need to look at the calendar.
Guys, just drop that link in there. I feel like every week, I'm just gonna keep putting you on the spot about
Actually, Ainsley and I did talk about, we're gonna talk about the Women of Marvel issue probably next week.
Oh, I should read it now.
Oh yeah. So it's at Be Gay Do Comics. The show is called Pride or Die. Let me put that in there, and then we'll probably just have it like automatically do that kind of stuff. But the channel is called Be Gay Do Comics, and the show is called Pride or Die. So make sure to go give all of the wonderful peoples a follow. Yeah, of course, go follow people like we love. And I'll just plug my own shit. Dane from Actual Fandom, formerly known as Force Adversity. He and I do a totally not really nerd related show. It's all politics. It's all, if you ever heard of anybody like the Serfs or, any of those kind of YouTube political people, just a bunch of people who don't really have any qualifications to talk about what they're talking about. If you like listening to people not know what they're talking about, well, fucking go to betaboys.tv or twitch.tv/betaboystv or youtube.com/betaboystv.
Hey, if the dude from Fear Factor can do it, y'all can do it. Fuck
That's
it.
true.
Dude from Fear Factor and News Radio.
I hate remembering he was on that show.
He was barely on that show.
All right, we are out of here. This is our fake goodbye. Stick around. Bye.
What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? If you want to hear interviews from industry pros, get first looks, and have access to endless comic content, wake up. Please wake up. You're in a coma. Your mother